Hey, we're on episode 19 of Brand Storytelling Prompts. I'm your host, Carrie Legend, and today we're going to be talking about the key player problems. This is a discovery of who your customer avatar really is. So let's get to today's prompt. Who are the key player characters in your brand stories? What does your ideal customer look like, and what emotions are they experiencing before they come to you seeking help or solutions? Tell a story about the journey of a customer's life before they start their journey with your brand. Now, just off the cuff, I can tell you exactly who my typical customer is. Um, I have several different avatars, but they all kind of have one thing in common, and that is they all present some sort of disconnect with their copy as well as their design. So, a lot of the people who come to me either lack design skills or copywriting skills, or are so heavily focused on images and colors that they forget about the copy itself. And then when you go and you take a look at the email funnels that they have set up, you can understand and get a bigger picture of why things are not connecting and jiving for them as far as sales. So a typical customer for me is struggling from one of three things: lack of storytelling, failure to integrate copy into the design itself, and then not being able to translate the factors of know, like, and trust with storytelling while at the same time selling. And I know that that sounds a lot, but it's actually pretty simple to diagnose, especially when you're like a third party looking in and starting to work with somebody. So there's often just in working with my own customers, there's often just a disconnect that I see that can be changed with just a matter of better copy and some design tweaking and then some storytelling. So they just need a little bit of education to get all of that to work together, because when they do, it's magic. So to answer the question about what and my ideal customer looks like, it's somebody who's an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter what niche they're in, but they're coming to me with a problem, like something's just not quite working, and that's where I step in. And their life before my brand is that they're making a decent amount of sales, but something is just not quite gelling. Um, and they know that it could be more, but they're just not exactly sure what it is. And oftentimes, my ideal or typical client is making the same mistake. Well, actually, two mistakes. They're relying on the fanfare of the product image itself and all of the features that it comes with instead of the benefits. And then two, not using the word you enough in the copy. Those are two copywriting killer mistakes that I see being made all the time. It's becoming heavily reliant on product images to try to sell instead of getting to know your audience and trying to connect with them. And social media, unfortunately, is not really like the way to connect with people. I feel like email marketing is definitely the way, because there's one-on-one attention happening there, whereas social media is just kind of like everybody dogpiling on all at the same time. And that's why I really don't use social media hardly at all. I use search engines, and I use my email list quite extensively, and I market heavily on there. So their life is going okay, but they know that it can be better. And then I kind of, point out a few things gently, of course, and then makes a few suggestions, and then they're all on board like, yes, let's do that. That's what I need. Do you honestly think that that's going to fix it? And I can absolutely assuredly say, yes, if we can fix this and this, it's going to go so much better for you. And that's where I step in. So for your own brand, I want you to think about, that those key players and what that kind of puzzle piece that you're trying to figure out for them looks like. What is life like for their brand before they come and see you? And this will help you craft stories to speak to that and speak to those feelings that they're having and what they might be struggling with before they come to you. So if you can start tapping into those emotions or situational problems, like, you might be struggling with writing an email sequence funnel, and you might be having a lot of like download and dashing happening, where people sign up to get something, but then they unsubscribe right away, without even giving you a chance to get like a second email out. It's frustrating. So there's a few ways that we can tackle that. And I'm sure like within your own niche, with helping your own customers, you might have a few ideas on how you can speak to some of the problems and challenges your own clients have. So I invite you to craft a story and tell some of the ideal clients and pick up some of your customer avatar sheets and write some stories related to that. So I have some links in the description that you can check out. Some of the resources are free. Some are available in my shop, and I would love to have your support. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you found this helpful, or if you like this particular conversation that I'm having with you about this particular brand story, give the video a like. Lets me know like, hey, I like that kind of video. Or I like that kind of content, and then I can make more of that and help you out. Thank you so much for your attention. I'm so glad that you're here, and look forward to helping you out with the next video. Thanks again.